I am Tank Top Hank, and I'm wearing my sunglasses because the weather's been great. We've been snowed out the past few weeks, and now we're rocking and rolling. Feels like my Tampa, Florida weather. That's where I'm from. So I'm whipping out the Ray-Bans, taking the doors off my Jeep. I'm saying, hey-o, I'm showing up in swim trunks sometimes to class. You know, all that fun stuff. And I'm here with my man, Jack Quinn. How you doing, big guy?
Good. How about you, Hank?
I am great. So we're going to talk UFC, Ultimate Fighter Championship. So we've got basically this is basically like the Super Bowl for us because we're big UFC fans. Yep. We love it. So that's all we're talking about this episode because it's literally like our Super Bowl. We're diehard UFC fans. So Saturday night, Covington versus Mozvidal. Basically, I'll give some background. Colby Covington, they used to be friends, Covington and Mozvidal. Then Covington
used to be roommates, actually.
Yes, exactly. Used to be roommates. And then Mozvidal, they were training partners. Mozvidal claims that Colby didn't pay his coach enough. Colby says that Mozvidal's just making that up out of envy because he's mad that Colby's doing better than him in his career. Whose side of the story do you believe?
Honestly, I believe Jorge's, even though I'm cheering for Colby. But recently, if you've been watching the interviews that have been going on, it seems a lot more personal now.
Yeah. No, and they're going after each other a lot in that interview with Stephen A. Smith and stuff. I mean, they were really tearing into each other. I don't know the side of the story. Part of me feels like, I don't know. I feel like there's a medium where they both have the extreme sides of the story, and I think somewhere in the middle is probably the truth. Yeah. If I had to guess, Masvidal's lost 2 in a row to Usman, and Colby's lost 2 of his last 3 to Usman. Who do you think in this? Before we make our fight predictions, who in this welterweight division do you think can give Usman some trouble? I mean, they've both given him good fights, kind of, but and Usman has been able to take him down. Yeah. Who do you think could maybe take down Usman? Because it's unlikely you get a third fight with Masvidal or Covington against Usman.
Honestly, I think we've seen the best fights out of Kamaru from Colby, but I'm interested to see what Kazmat can do. Chimaev?
Khamzat Chimaev, yeah, he is. He's one of the most exciting prospects in the 170 welterweight class, weight division. Class. But no, he's I think he could give him trouble because he's 6'2" and his wrestling matches Usman's, and that's the main thing. Plus his power play matches Usman. He's got a lot of power.
He's got some real good defense. Only absorbed 1 strike in 3 UFC fights so far.
Yeah, no, he's unreal. I want to see him face a top 5 guy or 2 first before he goes against Usman.
Yeah.
Another guy is Leon Edwards. Usman's already beat him by decision earlier in his career. Yeah. Not many people know that, but I don't know if Edwards could take down Usman just because Usman's a lot more physical as a 170. And also, Leon Edwards in the 5th round against Nate Diaz in the summer almost got knocked out.
Got rocked. If Nate Diaz didn't point at him and actually went in and finished that, I think he might have.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%. And then another guy is Vincente Luke. He's won 4 straight fights. Do you think he has a chance of beating Usman? I don't think so. I think he's kind of like a Gilbert Burns. He's kind of like a gatekeeper. What do you think?
I think he is the gatekeeper around those middle numbers, letting people up, keeping people out. That's all he's been doing.
So now let's get down to it. Who wins this fight between Covington and Mozvidal? What's your official prediction?
Taking Colby 4th round TKO. I think both of them absorb a lot of strikes, take a lot of cardio out of him, but Colby's got more cardio and just beats it out of him in the 4th.
Colby's a cardio king. He's able to go 110% all 5 rounds. I think Colby wins, but by submission, and here's why. I was rewatching the Robbie Lawler fight again that Colby had. Robbie Lawler's got a lot of power, just like Masvidal, and Covington kept going in, wrestling, and just kind of dominating grappling, keeping him on the ground, dominating the grappling aspect, and getting some good strikes in, ground strikes as well when he's on top of him. And so I think he won by decision, I'm pretty sure. But I think he has a similar strategy because I think whether or not he's going to admit it, he respects Jorge's power. So I got Covington by, let's say you said 4th round TKO. I'd say 4th round submission. Covington wins. I say rear naked choke. He just wears him down, takes his back, rear naked choke. See you later.
I have a question for you though.
Yes.
So since we know there's a lot of bad blood in this fight, do you think that's going to make it any more scrappier?
Yeah, I think that it's going to be a lot of I think the first 2 rounds, I think it's a high volume striking match. Yep. I think they both survive it. 3rd round it slows down. more grappling. Tables kind of turn to Colby because I think Jorge wins the first two rounds.
I think Masvidal will win the first for sure.
Yes, for sure, because he's a way more, not way more, but he's a more dynamic striker.
Yes.
One of the more dynamic strikers in UFC history. I mean, he's great. But yeah, I think third round it starts to slow down. Masvidal slows down. Colby starts to pick up. Then fourth round Colby's going to take his bag, choke him out. But let's say Colby wins or Jorge wins. What's next in their careers? Because right now they don't really have a title shot at the 170, even though they're two of the best 170s in the world, because they've already taken on the current champ Usman twice. What's next for Colby Covington and Mozvidal after this grudge match?
I think if Colby wins, the next best thing he can do is fight Dustin. That'd be a big money fight, big stage, and keep it going.
Pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Because Dustin's also kind of in the position where he might not get another title shot in a little while.
No, so he's looking for even maybe move up into welterweight.
Yes,
you never know.
Exactly, to take on. I think that is I could totally see that. I think Colby, I could see him jumping to 185 maybe because he's a natural 170, so he could go to 155 or 185. I could see him one guy I thought of was like a Marvin Vettori because he's kind of in the
that would be
same.
interesting.
He's kind of in the same position as Colby, where he's already faced the current champ twice in their respective weight divisions and lost twice. So they're kind of just looking for big money fights. Maybe get some more momentum, maybe get a third fight, hoping the current.
And Vettori's looking for something because he beat Costa and still hasn't gotten a fight since.
Yes,
then.
exactly.
So.
No, I think I could totally see Covington can go up or down, man. He's dynamic, he's versatile. He can because he's a natural 170, which I think is very impressive.
Yeah.
Because most guys just cut the water weight and stuff, and then end up weighing 190 on fight night. Like Michael Chandler, for example, he said he's walking around at 195, and then he cuts down to 155, which is insane. But I mean, it's the way it is. What about Jorge? What's his next?
I know he's focusing on his own promotion right now, so I know he's still just trying to get the ranks up on that. But I'm not sure who he's looking at to fight next after this. He's already got Nate Diaz. He's gotten the title shots. He can't get it while Usman's there, and now he's getting a fight with his rival. So what's next? He's 37. Is he maybe calling it quits if he wins?
I think he's going to be a lot like Derek Lewis is in the heavyweight division because Derek Lewis is kind of, when he lost to Gane, he's kind of, at least for probably a few more fights, and now he lost to Tai Tuivasa, he's not going to be able to be in a title shot.
Yeah.
But he's like the gatekeeper almost. He's kind of like the number two, where if you beat him, then you get a chance at the number one. Okay. Masvidal might be kind of the same.
I was going to say,
let's say Khamzat fights Masvidal 170.
That's what I was going to say.
Beats him, then it's okay, maybe time for Covington.
I was going to say, is he the next one to fight Chimaev?
I think Chimaev, I think Masvidal Chimaev. I think the loser of this fight is going to take on Khamzat Chimaev. That's what I totally think is going to happen. It's going to be a co-main event.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I like it.
What's some of the big fights we could see this year? We've got Volkanovski versus the Korean Zombie. I forget his real name. They call him the Korean Zombie.
Yeah. We have the possibility of Dustin versus Nate Diaz.
Yes, I like that. Yeah, they've been talking about that. What's the Korean Zombie's real name? I should have researched. That's just what they call him.
Yeah,
I don't know why they call him that.
The Korean Zombie. But we also have Gaethje and Oliveira coming up soon.
Yes, that'll be a big one.
Yeah.
Let's think of some hypotheticals. I think Colby. I don't know. One thing I've thought about, Colby versus Vettori would be great. Another good one would be, what if Usman bumps to 205? Skip, because he don't want to fight Izzy because it's his best friend, right, at 185. So he goes from 170 to 205. What if he then takes on the current Glover Teixeira, or if somebody dethrones him, I forget the other guy's name. Yuri. Yeah. I think that'd be interesting. I think Usman would hold his own at 205 because he looks like he walks around at about 200.
I think he could, but I don't know if he would win. I feel like he can just get out-muscled by those guys.
Yeah. I mean, he's jacked, don't get me wrong, but the size, and they're taller at that weight class. Do we see a Francis Ngannou versus John Jones fight this year?
I would love to. I think there's a possibility. I think it's very slim because both guys, we don't know the future of either of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it depends on first Ngannou's contract.
Yeah.
But
he's now got 3 more fights in UFC since he beat Gane.
Yeah.
It's extended.
But then we have, is Tai Tuivasa going to fight Gane next? Is a big question.
Ooh. Yeah, I think that'd be a good match because he just took down Derek Lewis. I would like to see that. And then I think the winner, I think if Tuivasa wins, he gets a title shot.
Yeah.
And if Gane wins, he has to win one more and then a title shot because he just lost to Ngannou.
Yeah.
Do we see the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury versus Ngannou this year? They've been talking about it in boxing. I think that's a great move by Ngannou to do that. It's a great business move for both people because Fury knows he's a better boxer. He knows he's going to win. And Ngannou knows that he's a shot at knocking him out because he's got the nuclear option. He's the most powerful fighter ever, I'd say. Aside from maybe prime Mike Tyson. But Ngannou knows he's going to get paid because that's like the one thing he doesn't have right now is adequate funds, is what he said. He had to borrow money for training camp, which I think is crazy. But that's a whole other issue of fighters' pay. But regardless, do you think we see Ngannou versus Tyson Fury?
Honestly, I don't think so. As much as I'd love to see it be a spectacle, I also think Fury would kill him and then just run away with the money into the sunset. But I think Fury's still going to end up fighting White, who's
Dylan
next
White,
up for the belt.
Yep.
So, we'll see.
I think Tyson Fury, he's not going to knock out Ngannou, but he would win by decision. I think. I mean, you think he could knock out
I think he
Francis?
could knock him out.
Really?
I do.
He might be able to cardio wear him down. I don't know.
It's a lot of rounds.
It's 12, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard for heavyweights to go the distance. That's why I'm surprised Ngannou's gone with the distance.
Yeah.
But regardless, UFC 272 coming up this weekend. Press conference is at, we're recording this on Thursday, it's 7 o'clock tonight, Central Time. Can't wait to watch it. We're watching it. You should tune in. And this is literally, once again, like our Super Bowl. Like, we are diehard UFC fans. Like, I didn't even watch the full Super Bowl. I went to bed because I was tired. I took a nap. And but this, I'm going to be wide awake. I probably drank a whole coffee pot before. But anyways, Jack, thanks for joining me.
Yep.
You're the man. And we'll see you back next week. It's been a little hiatus. I know you guys are like, oh my gosh, Tank Top Hank, what's happening? Well, we've been snowed out. So take a chill pill, all right? But, yeah. We'll see you next week. This is Tank Top Hank. I am Tank Top Hank. See you later.